Higher we go, begging plead for the culture. Yo, yo, yo. Back in the building. AB jumping on real soon. How everybody doing, man? I know I gotta get my extra calories. Look like AB about ready. What y'all been up to, man? Big game last night. Well, it was a big game for the Raiders at least. They tricked it off. Chargers, man, tried their best to trick it off, which, Justin Herbert, the young GOAT, saved them. The young legend. That kid, man. I said it before the game. Man, that kid is special. He is special. Wait for AB to get in here to start really diving into it. But I mean, man, not only for you turn that film on, it's not even for like, oh man, this kid is good for a rookie quarterback. Like this dude is good for a quarterback, period. Like, and play calling, I feel like he does that despite his play calling. It's a good play calling in there, but the drive starters, the first down runs, like it's like they refuse to be creative from that aspect. And it's like, a lot of times Herbert is playing from behind the sticks. And as a quarterback, as an offense, you want to be ahead of the sticks as much as possible. And man, even with that, he's been phenomenal this year, man. Phenomenal. So we're gonna talk about that game once AB hops in here. We also gonna talk about not only the Chargers but what's going on the Raiders side. They started off hot, beat a very good Kansas City team in the season, and then struggle. Okay, there go AB. Hold on. Then almost beat him the second time. You good, AB? 4-1, you ready? Did that, and then it seems like these last probably 4 or 5 weeks, they just, man, been shitting the bed. Mariota, he looked very, very good, but part of that is, the defense not preparing for Mariota. So when you get a quarterback like that, especially the different things he brings to the offensive side of the ball, and if you don't prepare for that as a defense, like that week, because it's a week by week league. As a defense, we're preparing for that quarterback, that offense, that coordinator. And all that changes when that quarterback comes in. So when a quarterback, plays well in the middle of a game, part of that is the quarterback going in there and they're kind of numb. Obviously, Mariota's played a lot of snaps. And the other part of that is the defense hasn't really prepared for that. You prepare for Derek Carr all week, and now we got Mariota. So that attributed some to his success. Threw a pick late in the game. Should have threw a second one that Casey Hayward should have caught. But yeah, Mariota looked good. That defense. Ooh, that defense. That Raiders defense, man. And they were missing some starters. They just fired their DC, Paul Gunther. Had Rob Marinelli in there, who's, big, known for, cover 2. They played a lot of that during that 2-minute drive right before halftime. Played cover 2 back to back. Gave up the same route twice back to back. And it's not so much about the call. You're gonna get a lot of cover 2 calls in that situation in the game, but it's about the execution, But we're gonna get into that. Y'all drop some comments in here, man. Let me know. We got some Saturday football tomorrow. Obviously, some big games coming up Sunday as well. But Saturday, we got the believe it's the Broncos and the Bills. Yeah, Broncos and Bills. Bills are the 6-point favorites. Then you also got the Packers and the Panthers. And the Packers are 7.5-point favorites right now, according to FanDuel. So if y'all been paying attention to my picks, I only been doing the picks against the spread starting in week 12. And I'm on a heater right now. I'm on a heater. I went 11-4 against the spread this past weekend. $11-4 against the spread this past weekend. Starting off this week, week 15, hot, went with the Chargers +3 last night. It actually moved to +3.5 right before the game. And the reason I did that was Herbert. It was simple. I knew Keenan was questionable, but I thought he would play. I didn't think Mike Williams would play. But I still trusted Herbert because, on the offensive side for the Raiders, they were missing Ruggs. And on the defensive side, they were missing 4 starters, Arnett, Abrams, Farrell, and one more guy, I believe. So I said, man, I'm rocking with the young gutter, Jay Herbert. And he didn't let me down. He did not let me down, even though I saw something that said he threw 1 pass attempt in the fourth quarter, which is wow, man. Wow. But let me see. Real quick, let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on with my guy. Just a second. Intermission, 2-minute intermission. Call my guy real quick. Be right back. Yo. All right, we back. We back. Appreciate you for holding on. Yeah, so my dog AB, he gonna jump in with just audio. Let me see. Yo. Hey, B, you in there? Yo, yo. All right, so yeah, about to start off, about to jump into some of this stuff, man. Okay. We might have some action. Let's see. Nope, no action. False alarm. False alarm. But yeah, see John answer some of these questions while we try to figure this out. Jonathan, upset more likely to happen in your opinion, Denver defeating Buffalo or Washington football team defeating Seattle? Ooh, that's a good one. Both of them are about a touchdown spread. Actually, no, I didn't look at the spread of Washington football team yet. Man, that's a good question. That Washington football team, man, that defensive line is something serious. But you got Dwayne Haskins starting, so we don't know exactly what we're going to get from Dwayne. And even though Seattle's defense obviously hasn't been great this year, I feel like they can hit their stride at any point. With the weapons they have on that side, Jamal Adams obviously he's doing healthy back out there. Griffin back out there healthy. Brought over Dunlap. Obviously Bobby Wag, KJ Wright. Diggs always comes up with a play. So I would have to say Denver defeating Buffalo would be the more likely upset. Just because I don't know what we're going to get from Dwayne Haskins. We could get a complete Dwayne Haskins 2.0, but if I had to bet on one of the others to have an upset, I would bet on the Broncos. Broncos, they play good defense, and they can always and Drew Lock is showing that he can get hot from time to time too. So yeah, I would take the Broncos out of those two for the upset. But I don't see either one of those teams getting a win this week, honestly, to be real. Now I hate doing this. Oh, it's my dog ball, man. I hate doing this, man. It's some DBs get cooked. Last night, obviously, 2-7 had it was a rough night. It's a rough night for my guy Mullen, man. Young guy from the crib. And it happens like that. Be like that sometimes out there on the island, man. And it's hard to get that red dot up off you, when you out there getting cooked. But he was definitely getting cooked last night. Like I said, as just part of the game at that position. It's just part of the game, simple as that. But just off the rip, that would be the first one that jumped to my mind. Obviously, I can't think of I ain't gonna throw no other guys out there. But Trevon Mullins has been having a pretty good season with a bad coordinator, in my opinion. He's been one of the bright spots on that defense all season, but he definitely had a tough night. Pepe from Mexico. AB is not in here right now, but will Taysom and the Saints be a threat to the Chiefs? So the Saints actually just announced, I want to say probably an hour ago, maybe an hour some change ago, that Drew Brees will be starting this weekend. He'll be starting against the Chiefs. So obviously they value getting that number 1 seed more than they do number 9 getting fully healthy, because ain't no way in hell you back 4 weeks after breaking 11 ribs. And as defenders, I wanted AB in here when we had this conversation, but as defenders, trust me, everybody on that team is fully aware of. I mean, everybody that follows football knows the injury with Drew Brees, but it's a violent game. It's a rough, violent game. You get your ass out there, you and your team are liable to, for whatever happens to you. And as a defense, as a coordinator, as a player, as a whatever, like that target, I mean, you always want to affect the quarterback. You always want to hit the quarterback. You always want to, make him uncomfortable. But especially when you got an old guy back there with some banged up ribs. Oh, you better believe it. I saw Bart Scott say something about barbecuing the ribs, and that was the first thought that came to my mind. Like, we're gonna try to barbecue the ribs. We're gonna test it early and often. That made me, sending more pressure early just to get him rattled because we know he don't want to get hit. Calling some coverages where, my corners or safeties or something can take some chances and jump some routes, because you can expect, and Drew is already a guy who wants to get the ball out of his hands, pretty quick. But now you're going to really, really expect quick game, and early run game as a defender. So that game plan is definitely going to adjust. Taysom, in my opinion, I've spoken on Taysom a couple times on this pod, man, a couple times in this show, from when he got the first start against, I believe, the Falcons. And he had success against the Falcons, and part of that was because it was the Falcons. And once it's that first time, you don't really have tape or preparation for a guy playing full-time quarterback. It's tough to stop him. And then the second game, he kind of struggled. Then he came back and played the Falcons again, I believe. And then he struggled again. But I was never sold on Taysom Hill as a full-time starter at the quarterback position. Nowhere in hell they would have beat the Chiefs with him starting, in my opinion. I would have probably went with Jameis. I would probably went with Jameis from the jump, honestly, and try to get Drew Brees back for the playoffs. If possible, if he can do it, if he can go. But at least then I feel like he'll be fully healthy. Home field advantage is always important. You always want to hold down home field, especially if you're a dome team. But I would definitely want to get 9 fully healthy. I would think he gives them their best shot to win the Super Bowl. So, what are the chances? So, I would have. It's gonna be tough. I think the Chiefs still win this game, and I'm a little nervous for Drew Brees. Not gonna lie, because I would definitely be trying to test him early and often. But yeah, take a couple more questions, and I'm gonna jump into these topics we talked about. Oh yeah, he's starting. He definitely gonna have that target on him. It's gonna get I don't know. 0, man. I've been riding with that. I was the last person hanging on to that that Patriots train. I wanted to be the last guy to count them out, but now that I think they're pretty much out of it. You got Buffalo, obviously. You got the Dolphins doing their thing. So I think Dolphins are 8-5, Buffalo's 9-4, I believe. Or are they 10-3? 9-4. I believe they're 10-3 or 9-4. I'm sorry. But yeah, they're out of it. They're out of it. It's a wrap. Still want Cam to finish strong. Definitely want him to finish strong, and I want to see him be starting quarterback next year. Bills are 10-3, so that's those chances are pretty much over. And that playoff race is crazy in the on the AFC side of things. If you look at the AFC, that it's gonna be a dogfight trying to get into them playoffs, man. It's gonna be a dogfight. You got Kansas City 1 at 12-1, Steelers number 2 at 11-2, Bills 3 10-3, Titans 4 at 9-4. You got the Browns 5 right now at 9-4, Colts 6 right now at 9-4, Dolphins 8-5, they're sitting at 7, Ravens 8-5, sitting at 8, Raiders sitting at 9 at 7-7. So yes, Patriots down at 6-7, sitting at 10. So I think their chances are pretty low to make that playoffs. But all right, let's hop into Raiders, man. Scott Frame, can Raiders still make the playoffs? It ain't looking good. Their chances took a big blow last night, so it is not looking good for Raider Nation, man. And after that performance from Mariota, people are asking Carr Mariota. I think if Carr is healthy, you go back to Carr. But that growing pull, when I saw it, I said, yeah, that's going to be one that sits him down. Could possibly be a 2-3 weeker, maybe, probably for the season. Who knows? But it looked bad. I had too many of those to, Didn't look good though. Didn't look good, but we'll see. But but yeah, man, getting into last night, man. Thursday night football. Justin Herbert, once again, his performance was outstanding. You know, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams tried to tough it out. I don't really like how they're using Eckler, honestly. Not really a big fan of how they're using Eckler. I think he's a really good player. I don't think they're using him good enough, though. I am, after watching, going into this game last night, you know, I watched some more and more Herbert film. And when I saw him coming out of college, and I don't watch a lot of college ball. Or don't, but I tried, you know, go look at the quarterbacks. You're looking and watching, you know, some of the top DBs. Obviously, you're going to see some of the top quarterbacks. I saw his talent. I saw his arm strength. I saw all those things. I just didn't see franchise quarterback immediately. I saw franchise quarterback tools, but I thought he'll be a project that'll take some years to get him ready to play on this level, especially coming from, you know, the Pac-12. But man, the job that Coach Pep Hamilton has done with him, and just the things that he's been able to do. You can tell some things can be coached and some things are just ability, talent, composure, poise. He's got it, man. If this draft was done over again, I think it's no doubt he goes number one, even over Burrow, who obviously had an outstanding season at LSU, won a national championship, broke all kind of records. But I think Herbert would go number one if this draft was to happen. Draft was to happen over again. Saw some people tweet me last night, oh, man, Miami GM should be fired for taking Tua over Herbert. If that's the case, the Detroit Lions GM was fired, but, I mean, they took Okuda. Obviously, you look back now, they'll take Herbert. Bengals will take Herbert. The football team would take Herbert. So yeah, he's special. I think right now, if I had to rank him overall quarterback in the league, he would have to be like right now. I will put Mahomes 1. I could probably go Mahomes 1, Aaron Rodgers 1B, or 2. You got Russell Wilson. You got Deshaun Watson. I mean, after those 4 guys, I'm talking about right now, after those 4 guys, Josh Allen top 5 for sure right now. But after those guys, man, I would say Herbert's got to be in that 6 to 8 area right now. And like I said, it's not just as a rookie, just as a quarterback. I would have to put him there in that top 6 to 8 range right now. And if anybody, I don't know why these comments aren't, let me go. If anybody, there's no way you could watch that film and look at the guy and be like, nah. Maybe next year I put him in the top. Like, he's a top 10 quarterback right now. And it's a damn shame that the Chargers are 5-9 right now. It's nowhere, all those close one possession games that they lost. Like I said, the play calling. And I love Anthony Lynn, man. I love him. Love the guy. I said it last night on my Twitter. Like, you know, first and foremost, black head coach in the National Football League. I'm going to support you. I'm going to rock with you off the rip. And then watching him on Hard Knocks, loved his personality, loved his energy. I'm like, yeah, I would love to play for a coach like Anthony Lynn. But, you know, with the things that you've seen this year, late game, critical situation, clock management, all type of things, you know, over and over again. And then to have Herbert play as well as he has been playing this year with, you know, we got to remember, like, Herbert, this wasn't like, it's a difference when you get drafted as, you know, a top guy or whatever, and, you know, hey, this is going to be your team. We're catering the calls, the plays, the offseason, the training camp. Like, you're getting all these reps, like, the whole time going into this season, knowing this is going to be your year. He came into the season, you know, obviously being ready and preparing like a starter, but as a backup. You know, it was Tyrod Taylor's team. And Lynn made that clear from the jump. And he was obviously starting, and for him to get his first start right before kickoff against the defending Super Bowl champs, and we all saw how he played that first game. From that time on, if y'all can go back to some episodes, me and AB was Overreaction Monday, I believe. And me and AB was like, hey, AB was still believing Lynn, like, because Lynn came out after the game. Even how he handled that situation pissed me off. He came out after the game, Taylor's still our starter. He'll be the starter going forward, blah, blah. I said, hey, I'm not going to call him a liar, but I believe that decision is out of his hand at this point. And I think we all saw from that point it was a Wally Pipp situation. And obviously, it was a very unfortunate circumstance of what happened with Taylor, but from the jump, so for you to have a rookie quarterback to come in and play the way he has this year, and for you not to have everything else around him in order enough for you to win, at least they should at worst be, I can't even say 7. I mean, like 8-5. I mean, that like 8-5, 9-5. They don't play the Thursday night game. 9-5 should be like, they should be up there, like that type of record. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough. And then on the other side of the field, the Raiders have been kind of going downhill. Been spiraling out of control. Got whooped up on by my Colts last week. Got smashed by the Falcons in Atlanta. Now, that big, beautiful stadium took another L to the Chargers. Obviously, you had some guys banged up, lost your quarterback in the middle of the game, but your backup came in and played well. Fired your defensive coordinator last week. Defense didn't play good at all. So yeah, it's looking bad out there for the Raiders. It's looking bad, man. Not gonna lie, it's looking bad. Mariota looked good. Carr's actually been playing well. Waller is another bright spot on that team. Jacobs, love Jacobs. But it ain't looking too hot. I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't looking too hot, man. But yeah, man. So that game, man, I was excited about that. But yeah, make sure y'all, tell somebody about the pod, all that good stuff. Another question here. Yeah, I believe Herbert's rookie of the year for sure. Offensive rookie of the year for sure should be Justin Herbert. Letty, so what's going to happen with Tyrod Taylor? Kind of feel bad for him. Man, Ty Taylor, man, it's one of our guys, man. He's had some very unlucky breaks. And then, so far, obviously a Baker situation. Them drafted him. Then they go and draft Herbert top. I think he went 6. And then the situation with the, punctured lung comes up. And Taylor has the talent, man. He has the talent. He's definitely good enough to be a starting quarterback, a good starting quarterback in the NFL. So I hope he gets another shot. It's a tough position to have. Hard to find a good starting quarterback out here. It's not 32 of them right now. It's a lot of them that suck right now, honestly. So once he does get back out there, he'll definitely, I think, take advantage of his next opportunity, but been very, very unlucky so far. Feel bad for him, man. Take another question. Edwin back. What did you think of Mariota's performance last night? Does he deserve another chance as a starter somewhere? Like I just said about Tyrod. Mariota put on the show last night. He did. I think he surprised kind of everybody. Last night. And sometimes that's good for a player to kind of, sit on the sideline and kind of see the game from that POV and learn some things, see some things, do some things differently. And he played well. Gruden did a great job of calling plays for him. Made some mistakes down the stretch. Should have threw a pick to Hayward late, threw one to Chris Harris late. But hasn't played in a while. I think he'll get another opportunity, man. He'll definitely get another opportunity because, like I said, it's hard to find good starting quarterbacks, in the NFL. So he'll definitely get another shot. Let's talk about these games tomorrow, man. We got Bills Mafia, Buffalo Bills, and the Denver Broncos tomorrow. Josh Allen, Brian Daboll, that OC, that play calling up in Buffalo has been tremendous. He's been outstanding, man. So, I feel like that's an easy pick to take the Bills over the Broncos. They got a 5.5-point spread. I think the Bills cover that spread. Playing well on defense as well. Leslie Frazier got them humming on defense. So, I mean, a lot of people are excited about that Bills team, man. A lot of people have them as the second best team in the AFC. When me and AB spoke on, and AB was having some connection issues, but yeah. So I got a question that said, you know, where's AB? He has some connection issues. He was in and out a couple of times, but hopefully he jumps back in here. But yeah, a lot of people got the Bills number 2 on the AFC side, and I mean, they got to be up there in contention with how Josh Allen's playing, how Diggs is playing, Beasley's balling. I mean, Wallace on defense, 2-4, nickelback, love him, man. They playing good ball all around, man. So you gotta be bullish on those Bills right now. I know Bills Mafia going crazy, got high expectations for him. But yeah, it's gonna be different once. Trey, I would no. Sorry, I saw a comment. Yash already jumped in here real quick saying, I don't know why people are saying Trey White is having a down year. Trey White's balling as well. I didn't mention him, but Trey White's definitely making some plays as well. But it's different when those when those lights come on. And on our last episode, our last interview with Plaxico Burress, that was one of the things that came up. You know, when those lights come on, you know, him and AB went down memory lane. It was actually AB's first game. It was a Manning Bowl, 2006, Eli Manning versus Peyton Manning. Plaxico's out there as well. And it gets different when those bright lights come on. So once Josh Allen get in these playoffs, it's gonna be a difference. So it's gonna be exciting to see if he continues to grow, because his evolution so far has been tremendous. But I would definitely take that lock, that Buffalo Denver. I would say that's a lock for the Bills to win and cover that 5.5. The next game, the Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. Panthers should be without Christian McCaffrey again. I mean, I think at this point, I mean, you might as well damn near shut him down for the season at this point. You paid him all that money. You might as well protect your investment long term. He's been banged up, and I guess this is kind of why, a lot of teams, a lot of decision makers are hesitant when it comes to, paying these running backs. And every position gets hurt, right? Every position across the board gets hurt. When you play football, it is 100% injury rate. At this point in the season, everybody on the field is out there playing hurt. But obviously a running back, and he's not the biggest guy, you're going to take more shots than everybody else. So that's kind of why people are hesitant to say, hey, when it comes to paying all that money to a running back, which I think they deserve it, a lot of them, especially look at a guy like Henry, you look at a guy like Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, like they deserve every dollar. Christian McCaffrey's another one of those guys. But when you're banged up, that's when everybody's kind of like, it's kind of unfair, but it's just part of the game, man. But taking the Packers, got a 7.5-point spread. Kind of decent size, touchdown and a half a point. I'm gonna stay away from that one as far as locks. I know when I pick it, I'm gonna go with the Packers. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna go with the Packers against the spread though. Got to watch a little more Panthers. Got to dig into a little more Panthers tape. See, what the practice, who practiced today, who didn't on them. Look at that injury report, and then I make my decision on that one. But for right now, Buffalo will be a lock for tomorrow. And, I'll let you know probably tonight on my page or early tomorrow morning about that Packers-Panthers game. Some other games, some other big matchups we got this week. Big matchup for my Colts because obviously we're trying to win that division. We're tied 9-4 with the Titans, but they have the tiebreaker over there, so they're in the lead right now. We have the Houston Texans. We got the Houston Texans coming to town, so We got to get that win. That's Deshaun Watson. So, Deshaun Watson ain't no joke. He ain't no joke. He real deal Holyfield. Top 5 quarterback in the league. Brandon Cook should be back. His top weapon on offense. But going my Colts to get that win. 7.5 point spread. Last time they played, the Colts won on Texas were driving in the score. They were inside the 5, bad snap. Watson fumbled with it. We recovered a fumble. Boom, we win the game. About 6, I believe. Now we got a 7.5 point spread. I think the Colts cover this one, though. Just whooped up on the Raiders. I think they cover this spread for sure. Another big game. Dolphins, Patriots. 1.5 point spread, 1.5. The Dolphins way. I don't know about that one yet, but that's going to be a big game for them. A lot of people are calling for a Giants upset over the Browns. I don't see it. I think Browns get the win. Yeah, I don't see, especially with Bradbury. Bradbury was put on the COVID list, I believe, so he'll be out for that game. Browns are 6.5 point favorites. I think they handle business, especially after that tough loss they just had against the Ravens. I think they handle business to get that win and get that spread and cover that spread, should I say. So, that Browns-Giants game, Chiefs-Saints, Chiefs are favored by 2.5 points right now. Line may move a little bit with the Drew Brees news. I don't think so. But I honestly think the Saints are a little bit overrated right now. A little bit overrated. Obviously, Philly beat them last week with the rookie Jalen Hurts getting his first start. I mean, I don't know who could have seen that coming. I don't know who could have called that. That's right. Check my notes. Let me check my note. Oh, yeah, that was me. I called it. So I think the Saints are a little overrated right now, and I think they'll get exposed by the Chiefs. So I'm taking the Chiefs to win that one and cover that 2.5 point spread. And then the Eagles Cardinals. Jalen Hurts versus Kyler Murray. And the Cardinals. Who you taking? Which bird game you going with? I'm riding with the young boy again, man. I think Hurts is going to start off 2-0. 2-0. I don't know if Kyler's 100% healthy. Like I said, he's not 100% healthy, should I say. Everybody's hurt at this point, but can he muster up enough? Can that defense play well enough again to beat the Eagles? Can the Eagles build on what they did last week and get a little better? I'm taking the Eagles. I think they do. I think they win this game. Right now, the Cardinals are 6.5 point favorites. So even if you don't take the Eagles to win the game outright, I would definitely take the Eagles to cover that spread against the spread. Took them last week against the spread with the Saints. Yeah, I feel like that's easy money for me. That's free money. That's free money. So that's a lot. Take that Eagles against the spread with the Cardinals and lock that bad boy in. Take that to the bank. Pay your rent with it. On me. But yeah, man. Yeah, let me jump to a couple more of these questions. So those are my locks. I gave y'all the Eagles. Eagles against the spread versus the Cardinals. 6.5 right now. I gave you the Bills over the Broncos, 5.5 point spread. And then I gave you that Colts 7.5 against the Texans. I wouldn't necessarily say that one is a lock, though. So just take the first 2 to the bank. That's what it was. Chiefs Saints. That's the one. That's a lock. Oh, that's a lock for sure. And then yeah. But I didn't expect to do this one dolo today. So I'm gonna take a little break. Take about 2 minutes. I go do something real quick. 2 minutes to be back. Take some questions and got 1-2 good more takes for you. 2 minutes. Be back at 11:50. Yo. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, Matthew. I ain't gonna have to take a shit now. And to end that whole conspiracy theory, Lamar did not go take a shit. He was cramping. He had to go in there and get an IV. And if you run the tape back, y'all know I pay attention to everything, right? So if you run the tape back, when players get IVs before the game, just like when you go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, you gotta get an IV a lot of times. But for us, we put so obviously if you get the IV here in your arm, you put that little wrap, that little gauze wrap, put a Band-Aid, little cotton ball bomb, put a little gauze wrap around it. So when you see a player with that, that's because they had an IV. Sometimes you take it off probably after the first quarter once the blood stops. But when I saw him jogging back to the locker room, I saw the IV thing on. And some players get IVs before every game. I don't think he's one of those players because that was one of the first games I saw him with that gauze wrap around his arm. And when you cramping, man, it's no joke. And sometimes people don't, especially when you're playing in cold weather games, as an athlete, you don't take into account, you still have to hydrate and drink as much water as you do in those hot games and it's hot and humid outside. But yeah, so to end that shit gate, poop gate. Yeah, man. Let me answer some of these questions before we head out, man. Before I head out. Liam Hogan, good to see Kenny Moore getting the national respect he deserves after that pick last week. He's been balling for years. I agree, man. I've been screaming. I've been, on the top of the in front of the Kenny Moore, the Kenny Moore hype train, man. He's been, I wouldn't say disrespected, but just not talked about enough because unless you really know football or unless you've really been watching the Colts play, obviously not in a huge market, but if he was in if he played New York or LA or somewhere, man, he'll be on everybody's first team all-pro list and all that. It's Pro Bowl list year in, year out. Like he's that type of player. He has that type of impact on the game, whether it's in the run game, whether it's pressuring the quarterback, whether it's covering, making, his back-to-back weeks, he's had interceptions while I'm looking at the tape, looking at the film, like, damn, did he catch that? That one on Cooks, like, how the hell did he catch that? And then the one against Waller, that one hand, that's one of those plays you only see in practice, man. That was like a dream play for him. So hopefully y'all voted for him for the Pro Bowl. Go cop some of his merch. He's actually making some merch off of that, calling it the catch, the pick. Go get you some of that, man. I gotta go get one myself. What else we got? We got 7 minutes to get these questions in. Rodney Henry, you must be a non-believer in my Washington football team. I took Washington football team against the spread last week. Okay. I took those guys against the spread over the 49ers last week. So I'm a believer in the football team. They got Jason Wright running things now. Team president, former player, doing a great job. Obviously, Ron Rivera, and drafting Chase Young. My goodness, he's a monster. But yeah, I believe in your Washington football team. I don't believe they're going to beat the Seahawks this week, but definitely believe in them. Alex Smith is banged up. Trying to find these picks from last week because this week I'm keeping the heater. The heater is officially on and going. So last week I took those my big ones. I took the football team. They were plus 3.5 against the Niners. Took the Eagles. That was a big one. Seahawks had a 14.5 point cover. They did that. The Dolphins, I took the Dolphins 7. They were plus 7.5 against the Chiefs. Took the Broncos over the Panthers. They were plus 3. Hey, man, so y'all better rock with me this week. Man. I'm 12-4 my last 16 picks. Y'all better rock with me this week, man, while it's free. I'm giving all these picks for free right now. Next year, I'm going to let y'all know right now. It's gonna cost you, baby. Xavier Howard, he should definitely be the defensive player of the year. He should definitely be in that conversation. Aaron Donald, him. I think those two are the only two in that conversation right now, honestly. MVP should be Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, or Derrick Henry. You got to put, I wouldn't put Aaron Donald in that conversation, but Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Derrick Henry, top 3 MVP. Yeah, coach of the year, man. Coach of the year still is looking like Flores. Now I had Mike Tomlin 1. I'd probably say Flores 1. Stefanski probably 2. Maybe Mike Tomlin 3 at this point now. And OT before 3rd and goal, more than enough time for Herbert. Whoop, I clicked on that one. I'm sorry. What player, Pepe from Mexico, what player from a defensive standpoint has been a surprise for you this year? You know what? I say Justin Blackmon for the Colts. I thought he would be a good player, but I did not expect him to be what he's been this year as a rookie. He's been phenomenal. 10 months off of ACL. He's been outstanding. Also, Jeremy Chin out in Carolina. He should be the defensive rookie of the year, in my opinion. Once again, 2nd-round pick. I didn't expect him to play at the level that he's played at this year. So I would say those two young guys, man. Van Albright, DB, can we watch some film later? You know what? I'm actually going to start doing something. It'll probably be on my Everything DB page. Go follow that page as well, the Everything DB page on YouTube. I'm going to go on there and kind of have some watch-along film sessions to kind of see, how I break down stuff going into a game, following the game, how would I game plan for certain quarterbacks, 2-minute drills, teaching how, the things to think through, 2-minute drills. As a player and as a coach. So I'm definitely going to start that, Van. So go subscribe to that Everything DB page. And we definitely going to do that, man. I enjoy doing that with y'all. All right, what else we got? Let me see if I can find any good ones. Boop, boop, boop. Frank Castle, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Ryan Anderson, Ryan Kerrigan, Caleb Brantley, Montez Sweat, Chase Young. Washington defensive line. Nate Burleson called him the best in the business. I'm a rock with my Colts in that department, but I mean they right up there. They right up there. Rodney Henry, AB Pick's been off. I need to school him. Nah, man, I want he right where I want him. He right where I want him. He gonna start listening. He gonna start copying my homework again. He gonna start. It ain't the same. It ain't the same talking shit about my dog when he ain't here to defend himself though. So, what else we got? I'm excited about this basketball season about to start too, man. Any basketball fans in here? Because once that basketball season starts, we're gonna start talking about that as well. Not as much until football season over with though. Edwin back. Make sure y'all go check out that Plaxico Birds pod. It was definitely dope. A lot of insight. Just went into really his individual journey. But, if you listen to the podcast, you listen to every player, and every player can almost write a book on their journey from high school to the pros. But just his transition on every level, it was really dope. I've known Plaxico for over a decade now, not best friends, anything like that. But I learned a lot myself about him with that interview. So super, super dope interview. Make sure y'all go check that out, man. Let's see. I'm gonna get to one more before y'all go check out. Our Pat show. We got Bucks fan in here. Okay, Greek Freak signed that big, that huge, the largest contract in NBA history. Deservedly so. Back-to-back MVPs, got a defensive player of the year on his belt. Staying loyal to the squad. I respect it. Don't think he'll win the championship being top dog on his team, honestly, though. That's in my opinion. I think his best opportunity to get a chip, just go to Miami, join them boys, man. But great player. Just I think there's still a lot of room to grow. In my opinion. That's my opinion. I think right now, the second best player in the league, obviously LeBron's number 1. That boy, Luka, man. Luka, or Steph. Luka or Steph, I think, going to be the second best player in the league this year. Remember, I said it. But yeah, man, Vam, I'm glad you enjoyed watching some film with me, man. Glad you enjoyed that. We're gonna be rocking, man. Yeah, but appreciate y'all for joining me on what's today, Friday. So Overreaction Monday, we back 11 o'clock a.m. We got a new schedule, so 11 a.m. live on Monday mornings. Overreaction Monday. Wednesday, you'll get the recorded, most likely an interview with someone on Wednesday, and then Friday mornings at 11 we're gonna go live as well. So start rocking with us. I may start doing something daily as well. Like I said, go subscribe to Everything DB. Also, I'll have some more breakdowns, some more film stuff, and love y'all, man. Keep rocking, keep growing together, man. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all get that drop that 5-star review. I'm always trying to recruit for the Heat, Pepe. Always get that 5-star review. Leave a review, man. We read them. I read them sometimes. See what y'all saying, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love. I'm out. Boop, 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 boop.